Welcome to the Jaguar Podcast, a show where we discuss all things related to Duval County's finest NFL football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Move 42, set, what?
Duval, baby! Hey everybody, this is Andrew and welcome to episode 74 of the Jaguar Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing the signing of cornerback Darqueze Dennard to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's jump into it. On March 17th, it was announced that the Jaguars signed former Cincinnati Bengals cornerback Darqueze Dennard to the roster for a 3-year, $13.5 million deal. And $6 million of that will be guaranteed up front. And I really like this signing, especially after the departure of cornerback A.J. Bouye, who was traded to the Denver Broncos. That left a huge gap in the secondary. So signing Darqueze Dennard, I think, will hopefully fill that gap. And, he is a, former first rounder out of Michigan State. He's 5'11". He's got great size, almost as tall as A.J. Bouye, and I think will make a huge impact in the secondary. His stats aren't like super impressive, but this guy, he has a lot of tackles. Looking at his stats, career stats, he's got 200 tackles, 3 sacks, and 3 interceptions. And what I really like about this guy is that he can blitz. He's kind of like a DJ Hayden. He can blitz and take down the quarterback, and that's really great as well. And he's, a good coverage guy as well. Good size. He's almost as tall as AJ Bouye, and I think we'll hopefully fill that gap, as I said previously. But I think we're still going to be drafting a corner regardless. I think with the departure of Jalen Ramsey, we definitely need to go for a first rounder. And I've said in previous episodes that, some of the top priority positions for the Jaguars in this upcoming draft are going to be cornerback and quarterback. So there's a lot of cornerbacks that we could draft in the first round. And I'll be going into that more in depth in some of my future episodes. I'll be doing a mock draft, but and quarterback as well. A lot of pedigree quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. Like Tua, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts is which. Honestly, I feel like we should go for him. Kind of hedge at the quarterback position because who knows, right? I mean, we don't know if this coaching staff is going to be there next year. They're all playing for their jobs, and I think it's definitely something that we're going to have to consider. Jacksonville Jaguars as an organization right now, not the best culture, not the best, perception out there in terms of, the NFLPA and those complaints that were filed. So, who knows what will happen with Gardner Minshew. I don't know if, maybe he has a great season and then he goes into free agency. Maybe he leaves. So I definitely think we need to hedge at the quarterback position and then, fill that gap at the corner position as well. I was kind of hoping that we would get Darius Slay, but, looks like the Eagles picked him up. So that's a little unfortunate, but, I think if we could find somebody at the draft, and draft a first rounder at the corner position, I think we'll be fine. I'm not super concerned about it. We have Trey Herndon, we have DJ Hayden. So, I think we'll be okay. Really excited about, Darqueze Dennard. He seems like a real decent corner. Not, a Jalen Ramsey, but definitely, playing up to par with AJ Bouye. And he's a veteran. He's been around the league for a while. And I'm really hoping that he makes an impact for the Jaguars. But, let me know how you feel about this decision to sign Darqueze Dennard. Leave a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me some feedback on Apple Podcasts. Like I said, I say this a lot. Always helps me when I put together these podcast episodes or videos. Stay safe from the coronavirus. Put your, hand sanitizer on, social distancing, and, stay healthy. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.
Let me get that. JYD coming up with the big sack. Quarterbacks beware, we on the prowl. Game day night, you could hear it in our growl. Intimidation on to keep their hearts racing. Eating other teams live on TV front of the nation. Spectacular defensive scheme.
This episode is available on the Jaguar Podcast YouTube channel. So if you stop by, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Also, these episodes are available on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and other major podcast distributors as well. So if you don't mind, please leave me a review and some feedback. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, my Twitter handle is @JagwarPodcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. This is Andrew signing off. Cheers.